Hello, hello. I am Dory Joe Stowe with Prairie Scraps, and we are here for our final day of 30 days of homemade Christmas gifts. There, there it was. um, I'm excited to be here. It is the final day. I've kind of saved an idea that I had right for last. Save the best for last. That's what I think anyway. It might be my opinion, but go back and judge for yourself. Go back and check out all the other 29 episodes that I did. I did a whole series. The great thing about the internet and YouTube is that you can watch it anytime. So if you're joining me here on YouTube, make sure that you say hello, do a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notifications button. That all helps my little channel here. So I appreciate all of you for joining. I've been seeing lots of people join in and giving me feedback. So I'd love to hear what you think. Even if you don't appreciate it or whatever, or say you want it in a different color, that's totally fine. I hope it maybe sparks some interest to you as to making your own Christmas gifts. So today I am actually, it's kind of a twofold, maybe threefold the twofold directions on it, or parts of it. So we're going to be making a pillowcase, and actually I've started on the pillowcase. I did it probably over a year ago. And I was disappointed with how it turned out. So it has sat in my closet for a long time, for that long, ever since, because I couldn't figure out what to do about it. But now I have an idea and I'm going to turn it into a gift. So the gift part, I'm going to add more to it besides making the pillow. So it's kind of twofold. So with that, we're going to get started because this is going to be oh, actually, I have something to show you first. Very exciting. So I got my new launch stuff. I can't believe how quickly it came because I was kind of delayed in getting it. And this is what we're going to use today to fix the project that I have. So this is called, I just bent it too. I can't believe that. It's okay. It's silk transfer. Paris pattern. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's really cute. I actually think I'm going to fix it for my youngest daughter, so shh, don't tell her. But my fourth daughter, or my fourth child, Lydia, is going to be upset about it not being for her because she likes the Paris part. She's already seen this, and she's going to be questioning me why I used it already. But just a couple of other things that I got that are related to it. Also in this launch is the French garden. See, it has all these parts. It's not as like fluid as that other one because that other one has like all kinds of words and things like that to go with it. But it does have different parts that you can use throughout and do it yourself. Sort of like, I don't know what they're called, like a collage of the different Paris type of things. And then also I did want to mention, this was another one that is just like it. This comes in the chalkmade Lovely Hearts kit, and it is running out of stock. This includes everything. Let me show you. In fact, let me show you what is in this. It includes the color directions, which I love, 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 love. In fact, I haven't even opened this up, but it's got this exclusive size transfer. It is called floral text pattern. It's got text and some beautiful flowers on it. It's got everything kind of packaged really nice. Oh, I didn't even know it has some embroidery in there. It's got the surface, a square surface, which is really pretty with our surface on it. And then it's got 3 different colors of air dry clay and a little cookie cutter in the heart shape, as you can guess. This is a kind of a Valentine's geared project. So, and then all the directions to make this little project right there. Isn't that the cutest with I guess I didn't realize it was embroidery floss, but that works. And then also it comes with the little trays for your, and the squeegee for your project, as well as 2 different colors, gold shimmer and marvelous, for your project. So that's pretty exciting. That's very exciting. So that is running out. If you want this chalk-made kit, and if you're a Perks member, you get the Perks price, which is a great deal, and you can use your Perks dollars up. That's one way to do it. So those are the things I wanted to show you first of all. So I apologize, kind of a little sales break there. But it's my business. And so if you have any questions, please text me. I will put the information down below when we get finished here when I edit. So anyway, back to our project, our final 30 days, the 30th day of homemade gift ideas. And this is the pillow that I made, the pillowcase that I made. And I love this butterfly, but it leaked a little over here. And I tried washing it. It did not come out enough. For my taste, I was afraid if I put too much more fluid on that, it would come, you know, spread even more than it was. So I just sort of left it and walked away. And I actually left it sit out. And I looked at it for probably a few months trying to figure out what to do. It just wasn't to my liking. But today we are going to overlay this French, what is it called? Paris pattern over the top of it to fill out the background and sort of draw your attention. Oh, I can't get this out today. Oh, this because it's stuck to the, somebody didn't put the the cover on it. Oofda, sorry about the noise. So we're going to use one of our ink mats, and you can see mine is very well used and very well loved. And I'm going to put it inside because our inks do go through the fabric. They stick into the fabric. A trick I learned from my friend Amber actually was to put it in with the cover on it so it doesn't stick to everything. I don't know why I never figured that out on my own, but Amber taught me something. That's the great thing about being a designer is you get to, oh, it's not going to fit. There it is. Okay, and then you just take that plastic cover off. It is a sticky surface. Mine is not too sticky. In fact, with this order, I did get a new ink mat because my ink mats aren't looking so hot. They're not sticking so good. So ink mats are back in too if you were ever going in. Okay, so there we go. We got it in. And I'm going to go ahead and put this transfer on here. It's a brand new transfer. It just came out last week. Shipments are coming quick. So if you need a Christmas gift, some crafting stuff for your own presents for this holiday season, there's a good chance it would come in pretty quickly. And if you want that little chalkmade kit, it is so adorable. And that transfer, you will use lots. So it's not just something you'll only use on, get this out of here. Holy cow, stuck in there. All right. So we are going to use this on here, and I'm first, oh, maybe the Paris part won't show. So that, well, I guess there is a Paris up here. I was thinking it's very bold of me to put Paris across it because my daughter Lydia wants to go to Paris, but I want to make this kind of a beautiful butterfly thing. It's like this transfer was actually created for my daughter Lydia, if you must know. And so I may have to make one for her too. So there's that. And I think it's going to show. But because we've already done, I'm not going to go over the butterfly, the main butterfly part. I'm going to do it in black. So it actually will go over this part where it leaked. If you can see, I'm going to actually cover that up. So we're going to do this entire thing in black. The other thing I had thought about doing was coloring in the different colors in the spaces. But as I look at it more and more, it really does not have a lot of coverage. And I would just do like, I wouldn't necessarily do this all in black. I would probably do a lighter color, but because I'm trying to camouflage my little boo-boo over here, I'm actually going to move this up a little bit. Because this, whatever this is right here, whoops, we do want it to go all the way down to the bottom. This is a C size transfer, so boy, this is really, it's got a really strong Paris on it. There's lots of Paris written on here many times, so I don't know. All right, and it is a little lumpy right here, so I don't know what I'm going to see if I can situate the corner of that a little bit better so it doesn't stick up so far. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done the whole pillow. I usually just, I guess this was my first pillow I ever did. And then I was so disappointed I leaked that I kind of never tried it again. But I would be like more inclined to do like all kinds of colors on here. except that, especially for my daughter, but like I said, I'm just trying to cover this. If it's a boo-boo, we've always got the other side. We could do something totally different on the other side, but this is going to be it. And we are going to use black ink to disguise our boo-boo. I was trying to get this so it was kind of over that. There's like an opening spot there. And I grabbed out just a ton of colors because I thought we'll see how far we get here. Because I've been trying to move this series along and not, take really long. A couple of the videos are a little longer, so if you go back and watch. And I've been trying to put titles, the titles on the video too, so you can just kind of click through or go to the spot where you want. But I will be honest, after 30 days of doing videos, I am a little behind. So there is that. All right, we are going to work really hard not to get this on my really nice purple sweatshirt that everybody says looks really great on me. I might be a little too brave for my, I almost just dumped that whole thing. It would have been okay. We would have been okay. So I'm just going to take out some and put it on here so that we're ready to go. And I'm hoping, actually, I'm not. I forgot about, it's going to be okay to do like just around here, I think. Maybe I spoke too soon about wanting to use, I'm going to put that down. And we are going to use a small squeegee. I thought I was going to use the big one and go all the way over, but I forgot that I don't want to go too far over the, let's get this top portion done so we don't have, the cool thing about ink is you can take your time to do it. So it's okay if it takes you a little while. But that being said, I don't want it to dry right there. So I was a little presumptuous here. Bear with me. I'm being a little scattered for my pillow. This will just go to show that I tell you what, I've done this with lots of kids, not just my kids, but I've done ink with lots of kids. And it turns out every time. I'm the only one who makes big boo-boos. I'm really not. But I have had a few fabric things. I do much better with the t-shirts. I don't know why. They just stick better. The canvas. We've got a new pillow form now so that it's not this. Oh boy. I'm getting myself into a little hole of trouble here. I don't want to go too far in. And this is kind of a soupy black ink. I remember black ink. Back when I first started using ink, the black ink was always very runny. And I haven't seen it runny for a long time, but this round we are. So I'm just going right into that butterfly. Most of it's a pretty solid black line, so I'm counting on the fact that it's going to be okay. And the fact that this is sort of a collage of all kinds of different layers, I'm banking on that. So I probably should have put it there because that's my right arm. All right, I want to take, I always get my finger into it too sometimes. All right, we need to always be checking your fingers too when you're dealing with fabrics. So have you done some inks? Have you ever tried our inks? The inks are non-toxic. If you have not, they're non-toxic. They're totally safe for kids to use. I wouldn't suggest eating it, but it wouldn't kill them, I guess. I feel like it wouldn't taste good if you did try it. I'm just trying to get in here but by the body of the butterfly real good without going too far into the butterfly. I could have taped this off, but what I found is when you do right up to the edge, it'll usually just kind of flow. And I'm feeling it be a little, oops, I think I just went over it. I wasn't paying attention. Nice job, Dory. All right. So how are you guys doing for your Christmas gifts? I am starting to panic. We're a week out. I hope this series kind of found you and got you inspired to get going. I know I made a lot of gifts, but I was like trying to come up with ideas and not necessarily making my own gifts. So there was that. Some of them I did, some of them I, put in the sales that I did in the craft sales. So it's just kind of a mix, a match, a mix mash of what I did. But like I said, if this turns out, this might go to my daughter. We'll see. And she does have internet. She does have YouTube access, I guess. I don't know how that works. I don't think I really gave her permission, but she seems to look up everything on the internet better than everybody else that actually has access to it, which is kind of strange. All right, I think this top portion here is going to be okay for me to go over. I just don't want to go into the butterfly too far. So I'm going to go over the head a little bit to get all the spaces, but I'm going to try to stay on the wings here, stay around the wings. I think it's okay if it goes around a little bit, and we'll be checking it and then laying it back down. That's going to be the really forgiving part of it, I think, is that I'll be able to lay it back down and fix whatever doesn't work out right. But because this is not like a perfect project as far as, oh, that's bad. That's bad. I just goobered across it. So I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to make it worse. There's some really nice, we had some, like in the past, some kind of French looking collages in our past transfers, but we haven't had them so much. I mean, we've had some recently, but I'm excited that we're revisiting it and it's new and, better, and they look so nice. Here's a goober here. Get that goober off. Just trying to get all the extra off, but I don't want to rub in some places too much because sometimes it shifts a little bit, and I can hear, if you ever hear it kind of sounds like bubbles popping, that's because there's air under it. And when there's air, it's going to shift, it's going to spread. So I guess I'm not any worse off if this doesn't turn out to my liking, because it's no worse than it was. That's what I think. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to go slow and just check it out and see where there's stuff. It kind of looks, artsy at this point. I think it's looking good. That's a little thick in the middle there, but that's okay. It goes up to the wings. That's what we wanted. Let's see. I do see it over the top of the wings over here, but guess what? It looks fine over there where I goobered. You'll never notice it. I'm going to just lay this back down on top of it because I want to check this side too before we go too far. That looks good. Paris is all spelled out there and not there. It just kind of goes. What happens is if you go only up to the image, it looks like the butterfly is in front. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh, what do you guys think? Did I hide my little boo-boo? Oh my gosh, I'm holding on to this big transfer, and I don't want to set it down and make a mess. What do you guys think? Isn't that amazing? I'm pretty excited about that. Now, the biggest thing with the transfer is you don't want to get it stuck on itself or folded, whatever. So I'm being very cautious here to make sure I get it laid out flat. Plus, I don't want to get ink on anything else. I'm going to take a rag and wash my hands. Isn't that great? Let me show you that. Isn't that wonderful? I think it's just beautiful now. Oh my goodness, it's a work of art, is it not? So my other thought is I wanted to go in and do some colors, watercolors on the butterfly to make it stand out even more and match my daughter's bedroom. So let me get my ink put away here before we make a disaster. And anything you don't use, go ahead and put it back in there. You can use it later. That ink can probably stand to sit out a little bit. and get dried up. That's what we used to do whenever the ink, if your ink is too runny when you get it, you could just kind of leave it open for a little while and just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to dry up, but you can get it a little less runny by letting it sit open for a while. All right. I think that is amazing. Don't you guys? You can still see that. Do you see where I wasn't too worried here because it was going to pop out anyway? You can see the butterfly, but I didn't want to do Paris over the top of here. I did get it a little bit, but I don't think it looks too bad. But what I want to do next is kind of use my inks, and I'm going to start with Couture Coral because I think that will match her bedroom the best, and do a little bit of, I think, painting. Let's see. I think I'm going to use a brush. So this might be a little bit of a, ooh. So I'm committed at this point. I am committed to this. So, because I put ink on it. But I do notice I don't want to really go back. I've left that mat in there to do this. And I do not really want to go back and do the black again. But if you find you can't paint in the lines, then go ahead and go back over the transfer with black again to just, you know, the black butterfly. I can reprint on top of it and it will, I need water. There we go. I need water, and I hope I didn't pick up all that color there. So what I'm just doing is kind of, I put a line of that there, and then I'm just using the water to spread it out. And I don't know if anybody's watching this live. Tell me what you think I should do for the, I want to keep, this is already a very busy transfer, so I'm wanting to keep it somewhat at a minimum as far as doing too much. So I put it down, and this is what I'm doing. I don't know. This is right, not necessarily right or wrong. But I'm putting the paste down in the center and then just going around the edges with a very wet brush, and it's just sort of spreading it around to the space. So she's got kind of like a terracotta color in her bedroom. I think we want to go out here. This was a paste I used for, or ink I used. This is ink, by the way. You can get ink in singles packets or in the jars. And this was an ink that I got. So this could take a while. So my idea is, if you were wanting to know what my idea was to make this an even better gift, was to take, what do you think? I like it. I think it's working out. I'm thinking about using 3 colors just on the butterfly. Let me put you up here. So using this pillowcase for a bag for Christmas, and then putting a blanket on the inside, you know, like a throw blanket. So that's what I've got this in here for. And teenagers love it. I'm actually planning on sending one to my mom, I think, this way. So don't tell her either. She doesn't always watch these. In fact, sometimes she watches, I guess she said she watches them like with no sound on. I'm like, okay, great, Mom. So anyway, but you could stick in some snacks for a teenager for a movie night, or, you know, you can make your pill. Anyway, I'm making mine very specific. It's kind of a, springtime theme here, but you could do just a Christmas pillow. You could do whatever you want, just get it to your whatever, you want to do for the person. There's definitely some nice like home transfers that would be really nice addition to it. And like I said, this is our old pillow. This like makes you want to have your tongue in your cheek while you're doing it. So bear with me while I forget what I'm saying while I'm trying to paint in the lines. I'm not good at painting in the lines. I'm just pre-warning you. But here we go. Starting to look like something, isn't it? I don't like that. I do like that. I might have to go back with the black after all, even though I don't want to. Because the brushes. I don't know if I could do that one. Try the tip. There we go. Oops. That was gonna be rough. The new pillow forms are a more white and a softer fabric. So know that if you get this, this canvas is the old one. It's working better to like drop it in just a teeny tiny amount into those little dots. That was wet. I just put my pinky down there with the tip of the end of my paintbrush. I haven't had any calls or anything all day, and then now I'm getting it's off the hook. It's off the hook. I try to go live, and it's just like when you try to get school done. All right. I'm trying to hit every third one. I'm not doing so great though. I might have to go back over this butterfly with black again just to define it a little better. 1, 2, 3. This isn't a great way to, I could take out a different brush, but that would be more like, working hard at this. 1, 2, this one. Just so happened. So anyway, she's got kind of like a rose gold, which tends to look a little bit on the orange side. So she's got kind of an orange colored. So I've got an orange out here. I don't know. I don't necessarily feel the need to fill in everything here, but I do want it to be striking. Oh, sorry. I went back up and didn't put you down. I apologize for that. Somebody come on and say something to me for that. There we go. So you can see I've just been going around the outside edge with the tip of my paint stick. Ooh, and I just dropped some right here. That worked. It was watery. All right. So we're trying to go for like a rose goldish color. So I'm also trying to think if I want to put, I kind of brought like some oranges out here, put orange, but I also really like the teal with this, but I think maybe I'll do orange and bumblebee, a yellow. I'm going to start with this and see how it goes further. Get this cleaned off. best we can. Maybe a little bit of water on there. So I think we'll use a little bit of yellow on this. I don't know how she feels about yellow. I know she loves the rose gold, the orangish color. Ooh. And this might be kind of a perfect little one to use because it's pretty thick, so I can put some water on it and it's going to be okay. All right. Where do we want yellow? If you go over the black, oops, that is way too big of a hunk. If you go over the black with your color, the color is going to show. So, like I said, what you want to do is go back over it with a transfer. I'm going to do this one over here. Just go over it with a transfer in black all over again, and that will make it look like colored perfectly in the lines. And so I probably won't be able to show you that today, but that's the idea. And then this ink is permanent. What you want to do is let it completely set for like 24 hours. And then, oh, that big chunk, it is kind of chunky. My gold is, or my yellow is, it's Bumblebee. I love it. It seems very bright after doing all the Christmas things. It's kind of fun to use some colors besides green, red, brown, gold, silver. Okay, I want this butterfly to be symmetrical. So I need to keep an eye on where I'm going here. So once it sets for 24 hours, what I'll do is I'll come back with parchment paper and iron it, and it will be permanent. And when I tell you permanent, it is really permanent. It is into the fabric. No, peel. It won't just come off because, it unsticks. It's like actually going into the fabric for you. So it's soaking in. I think that looks nice. See if I can get one of these. Maybe not. And it really is okay if you get, outside the line and then have to come back over this with the butterfly transfer. For me, that will be a second chance at reiterating that this butterfly is not so bad. I think that looks pretty. What do you guys think? Too much? Too little? Like it? No? Do you have butterfly lovers in your family? And so I'm just taking the end of my, maybe should have taken the pink off, the end of my paintbrush and hitting up these spots. With the yellow. So it's just a little hint of color out in the wings. Like I said, I don't necessarily feel like I have to color every single white area in. We'll see where we like it. I think you should be impressed. I'm doing this upside down, right? So you can see it. I don't know. It's all right. What do you think? Butterflies are kind of fascinating, really. All right. Kind of draws out that butterfly, and you definitely do not see the area where I messed it up. You do, however, it actually looks kind of like a lighter black there. All right, we're going to shut up our yellow, and I think I'm going to go to the orange and try that. Get my brush cleaned out. This brush is working out for me, so don't knock a good thing, I guess. But yellow is in here for sure. I want to get it out. Okay, and then this is orange peel, so it's a little bit brighter. I'm debating, should I do papaya or orange peel? Yesterday's project, I was trying to tell you the orange color. Papaya was the other color. I was trying to remember. Maybe I'll go papaya, so it's a little bit deeper color, because her room is more of a cross between these two colors. And you could mix colors. I'm not great at that. That's maybe not my kind of a purist. I struggle like thinking that I need to. Every time I've tried to mix up some colors, it never has worked out for me. So I guess that's why I kind of stay away from it. All right, so we want this one right here, and that's pretty watery. This was a transfer. This one's a new one. This transfer actually, I think, came back. I saw it on yesterday. We have like 80% off sale right now, clearance sale, like clean warehouse sale. So if you are wanting this transfer, the butterfly, I'm pretty sure it was on there. They are going to go fast at 80% off. So grab what you want. If you see something you really like, you need to try to get it right away. Especially if you have like a plan for it. I think I made the right choice here. What do you think? Trying to decide which of those needs to be orange. Tis the season for kids and people to be sick, I guess. It's like busy season for doctors right now. It just seems like everybody in town is sick. So I'm like, last day of school for my girls. Please don't get sick while you're there. Don't bring it back home. Well, I just went outside the lines pretty badly there. That didn't work out so good. Okay, let's do this bigger area. Get the right. Did I mention there's a way to fix getting in there? The fact that we've over painted here. It's going to be okay. But I'll have to wait. I have to make sure it's dry before I do that because we don't want to. It does use a lot of black when you use the black. So yeah, you could put like snacks in here. You could put I was thinking like my mom, a great gift for her would be like putting a blanket in the pillowcase cover and then a pair of slippers. You could just kind of stuff it up with snacks if you were giving it for a movie night. Whatever trips your trigger, I guess. Let's do the little holes here. There. That one hardly looks yellow there. I don't know though. It looks pretty good filled in. I don't know. I feel like both my girls would like this. I'm excited about this Paris one though. I'm excited to use that. That'll look great on backgrounds for just about anything. Well, anything that you're trying to give kind of a vintage look to. I think it's going to be good. Okay. So there you go. You can see that. And you could kind of see like it's not a clean, if you want a clean looking on it instead of, it's kind of like filling in. I might just go ahead and finish up the, the fill in here. If I totally understand if you want to kind of get out of this conversation, it's a long video, or fast forward to the end to see what it looks like. And then, like I said, I'm probably going to have to go through and put the black on top of it, do another coat. So I'm just going to, because I think it's looking nice. 1, 2. Okay, so this one is the orange one. I think it's looking really nice with it. Paint it in. And it's easier if you don't have to think, like it's easier to get it filled in, really. If you don't have to like think about it being in the lines. It is hard to paint in the lines with fabric, and these are not even. So I'm just, at this point, I'm just not worrying about it too much, I guess. Because I know that it will look like a professional did it once you just go back over it with the black. I am really liking so make this butterfly really stand out, I think. This one should be, trying to decide. I'm trying to just alternate between the colors. And then I guess there's not that same one over here. Get this one right here. I'm going to leave some of them white, maybe. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. I can't make up my mind. Pink. Some orange over here. All right. All right, we're going to go back to the pink, I think, because I want to highlight the pink a little bit more. Get our brush cleaned off. Okay. I'm using this paste packet, or this ink packet. It's still not anywhere near used up. I was being so careful that I actually watered it down too much because I was trying not to go outside the lines. But now that I'm not trying, I'm just going to go ahead, paint away. I'm just trying to do the mirror image of it too when I go over. Whatever I do on one side, I try to do on the other. It does, if you add a little water, it does go spread out a little bit better and get into the white areas. Just keep pushing up. Usually when you can keep, like this one has been a long time since I've used this ink packet. I just didn't have this color, so I happened to have a bunch of ink on hand, and that's what I did was just went to my stash and got what I usually sell at craft shows. Oh, I need to do this one over here. I don't know. What do you think about that orange? Oops. It maybe wouldn't be my pick, but I know that based on what her bedroom looks like, it's going to look good. That orange. Okay, let's get some. It's really kind of therapeutic to make your own gifts like this. Can be a lot of pressure because you want it to be right and you want it to look nice, and I don't know, but I also think it's so nice. It's like a lot of thought goes into. I love giving gifts. I love, receiving gifts. It's kind of my love language. So it is fun to see people's response when you give it. Okay. Going heavy on the pink now. Uh-oh. That is piano student. What time is it? Oh, I need to get going. All right, so you get the idea, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have to, this will be a 2-day thing. I'll have to come back and just put the black over, or the black back over when this is completely dry. So you'll have to come check back and see what it looks, check it out. I will try to post pictures on my Facebook channel. That will be over on Prairie Scraps. And I'm Dory with Prairie Scraps. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I think it's Dory Joe Stoll over on Instagram. So be sure to connect with me. Get this. I'm just kind of filling in the rest real quick here. I didn't realize we'd been going for an hour already, and I got to get these washed before I start piano lessons here. So I appreciate you popping in. Make sure you do all the things. Yeah, I know you were there. Ooh, that is in between the butterfly. I need to remember that. That is not the butterfly there. Ooh, that was a close one. I almost see what happens when you start going too fast. Don't go too fast, or you might mess it up. A little water here. There we go. I'm just kind of filling in all those little places. And just, I'm going to leave some whites. It's okay. And then, like I said, this looks sort of messy and sloppy, but I will go, if you can imagine, I'm going to go back over it with black, and that will fill it all in for me and kind of cover up all the out of the line coloring. It took me a while to get there. So I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks so much for popping in. Make sure you say hello. Pop over on YouTube. I've got a business page, Prairie Scraps, and I also have a private crafting group, Prairie Scraps Chalkin. Love to have you join all the places. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Thank you so much for joining me for this series. There it is. Isn't that, it's kind of messy in the middle, but you get the idea. This will be perfect black because I'll go back over it tomorrow with some black ink when it gets a chance to dry. So I hope you have a very blessed day and keep on crafting.